As far as the Fantastic Four is concerned, because I've seen all three movies, I think it's a few points. Okay, characters, of course. The characters have to be likable. They have to have lives, good relationships. And if it's a Fantastic Four being an origin movie, you have to have that development arc. Not only because of the individual characters, but also as a team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I still haven't gotten up the courage to see the newest Fantastic Four movie after the reviews I saw on it.
It's not. Maybe because I'm a bit more open-minded about comic book adaptations, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually quite enjoyed myself. Y'all guys stay tuned for the review within the next week or two. But like with that movie, I loved the cast. I actually like the characters that played the roles. They fit those roles. They actually fit those roles. Kind of like in the original Fantastic Four movie. I liked Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. Like, I definitely felt the brother-sister dynamic, and they actually stayed true to the characters, in my opinion. I can't remember the other guy that played Ben Grimm, but I thought he was pretty good. The only problem I might have had was the guy that played Mr. Fantastic, but that's a whole different video. But as far as, it's just several things that make a good movie, especially when it comes to a Fantastic Four movie. Characters, plot,
Directing.
Especially directing. A good villain. Me personally, I like Dr. Doom, but it doesn't have to be the villain every go around.
How important is CGI?
CGI is a must. It is a must. And I think, like in the story, give us a really good story, a really engaging one. And people want to see these characters use their powers. They want to see characters use their powers, which is one thing I heard. Which is one thing that's kind of been a bad thing with the Fantastic Four. You don't really see them utilize their powers the way you want to. You got a little bit of that in the Rise of the Silver Surfer. You got a little bit of it in the new one that just came out.
No, man, I did like Rise of the Silver Surfer. That was a good movie for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
The story, the CGI, it all meshed together really well. Maybe the directing could have used a little bit of help, but it was good. Yeah.
And I think one problem that the movies be having, the first two felt like some of the major problems that a lot of people had were the fact that they were too lighthearted. And then you have the one that just came out and it was too dark. So maybe we have to find that balance in between.
Yeah, it could be a balancing act. Like you said, a lot of the movies were light. Apparently, you say this other one was a little bit dark.
Like they was trying to go for a very dark tone. Me personally, the story was pretty solid. There were certain aspects of the story that could have been touched on a bit better, but the story itself actually made sense for what it was.
Okay, I'll take your word on that.
So you gotta have some good characters. You gotta have a good cast.
Good director.
Good directing.
Decent CGI.
Decent CGI. You gotta have a good story. And we want to see these motherfuckers use their powers, damn it. And not just like the traditional way. We want to see them mix it up a bit.
Get creative.
Yes, yes. Like I want to see Johnny Storm like shoot fireballs out of his hands. Which is one thing I liked about the new one, because you actually see them like form fireballs and just like I want to see that, you know what I mean? But what do you think about it?
I think everything we made here is exactly what we need to make a good movie. If directors would just follow through with these points, which any good director should know, you'll have a good film, at least a halfway decent film.
Alright, let me ask you something. If we're going to go with the Dr. Doom aspect, do we have to have the same traditional Dr. Doom as in the comics, or do we have to have different ones? Like, have the source material, but also change it a bit? Like, what did you think about the one in the original series?
You can keep the source material, But you can bring in new things every now and then, but I wouldn't say don't bring in too much new stuff too fast.
Yeah.
Sprinkle it in here and there. Don't oversaturate it with so much new material because that can completely destroy what you're aiming towards.
Because I think I was talking to somebody about the Doctor Doom aspect, and they said they wanted to see Doom from the comics. Well, I'm like, okay, Doom from the comics uses magic, but in this movie, you're relying solely on science. So you can't just bring magic out of nowhere.
Some people will argue that science is magic or magic is science. So,
or maybe, you know what, you haven't said that. Maybe if they're gonna do that with Doom, maybe he got a hold of some of the technology from like Asgard, because Asgard is somewhat a mesh of magic and technology. You see what I'm saying? I think that, because it's all in that universe. So
yeah.
I think that would be pretty much the only way they can do that. Because it'd be weird to sit here and have all this technology-based stuff, and then Dr. Doom shows up and he's just doing magic. It'll just throw things off.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. That would be kind of strange to see that.
But yeah, I think that's just about our thoughts on like points that can make a better Fantastic Four movie.
Follow those points and you'll have a good movie.